Our patterns of living, our nature of interaction in our globalized world are affecting our cultural sustainability, and inappropriate cultural appropriation is eroding it. This issue I will be addressing today. Cultural appropriation is not acceptable. Today we live in a society where it is done commonly, misleading people about what it really does. Cultural appropriation is what degrades and waters down a culture, making it a westernized version of its true and better self. Cultural sustainability is about keeping it whole, pure, and making sure it is unstereotyped. By appropriating the cultural clothing, you are encouraging sexualization of traditional items like the hijab. Paris Hilton, one of the world's most well-known celebrities, wore a sparkly hijab and posted on social media, sexualizing the traditional item of modesty and humility. This photo was posted and it made it normal for non-Muslim fans to wear this item because Paris Hilton did it. This dilutes the cultural significance of the item, making it normal. Think about how the culture that we're trying to sustain is now watered down, westernized, and defeating the whole purpose of sustaining it. Another example of inappropriate cultural appropriation is the use of an American war bonnet. The war bonnet has become a stereotype of the Native American culture. The war bonnet was only used in some of the southern tribes, and even then they had their own adaptation of it. But now, the war bonnet has become an overall symbol of the Native American culture because the generalization of the item and the impact of Pinterest and the globalization. Also, on the media site, we see women wearing these headdresses in colours that water down the traditional eagle feathers and leather. Also, the fact that men were the only ones who wore this native headdress. Social media isn't the only place where the headdresses culture is unsustained, but also on the catwalk. Fashion designer Pierre Perrault created a whole line of clothing called Riders on the Storm. This line features the traditional Native American headdress and women. This shows complete lack of appreciation of the culture, and destroys any sort of cultural value those clothing items could have had. In 2014, Vanessa Hudgens decided to appropriate the traditional Indian bindi. She wore a demoting diamond on her forehead, completely taking the traditional culture and westernizing it. By doing this, the Indian culture is being watered down and westernized, ruining the true meaning of the bindi. The bindi means to look inwards towards God. By Western magazines such as Coachella taking this, the culture is not sustained. For all the reasons above, appropriating cultural items does not sustain the culture. Even though we live in a modern, ever-changing world, we must remember that a culture is a whole concept, and not just one of its items. Each item associated with the culture shall retain its true meaning.